I still feel like a little boy in the presence of Jesus.
You need to have an unhurried time with God. However early you need to get up, and so that your time with God is unhurried.
Rediscover again. You don't need new truth. You need a fresh revelation of what has always been real and always been true.
When you've walked in the light and the life of Jesus as long as we have, the real temptations you face and the points of correction and confrontation, I don't think come around the area of the grotesque and the corrupt, because those things have long been dealt with in your life. But it's the points of surprising self-discovery where the Lord just touches you and says, no, you can't say that. Don't do that. Go back and say that you're sorry about that, and you realize the inadvertency of your unwitting, unintended carnality, and then to say, Lord, I'm going to always respond and come as a child. No matter, we're all called elders. Well, I still feel like a little boy in the presence of Jesus, in the presence of the Eternal Father. And just being faithful to do that, that is the most demanding for me. And when asked, what is it that keeps it going? The fear of God. I would fear not so much his judgment as fear not having his abounding blessing.
I have agonized with the idea that we're to pray constantly, and to me, I've sort of maybe rationalized, and I sort of gets it somewhat from the life of Elijah, if he's the person of prayer. That prayer is really being sensitive, listening to God. And my whole makeup, I'm sort of singer-minded and singer-purpose-minded. And so I can think about what I need to think about continually. And I consider that as prayer. So I've broken my life up into public prayer, and really prayer is listening to God, listening to his will, that his will would be done, that his kingdom would come. Be still and know that he's God. Yeah.
You need to have an unhurried time with God. However early you need to get up, and so that your time with God is unhurried, so that he has all the time in the world to speak to you and to impact you. Don't do a little devotional life. A little devotional time will not do it. When I shared this with the CEOs, one of the key CEOs said, "You don't understand how busy I am." And my spontaneous response was, "You evidently do not know who you're going to meet. You're meeting the God of the universe." So the next month when we met back, he said, "I now get up at 4:30, and this month was the first time I led one of my employees to the Lord." He said, "That was the best advice you gave me, is to have an unhurried time. No matter how you have to back up your getting up time, make sure it is sufficient to have an unhurried time with God."
Accountability is the most difficult and challenging thing for me. Being accountable to trusted brothers and sisters in the fellowship. I was born into Christ in the womb of a fellowship in college. I was led to Christ in a Bible study. I shared with vulnerability and openness, and the Lord has never trusted me at any point in my life without an accountability group. And in college, and then in seminary, and then in graduate school, and then in my first parish, I can remember when I woke up one Sunday morning and I could not preach the 10-page manuscript I'd worked all week on. It was just out of it. And I walked down into the village square in Winnetka, Illinois, and it was 5 a.m, and I had all the words and none of the music, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I had to preach at 9:30, and I had to get ready, but I was out of it. And I saw a man sitting on a park bench, and the closer I got, I realized I knew him, and it was Harold DeVries of the Winnetka Bible Church. And I said, "Harold, what are you doing up so early in the morning?" He said, "I can't preach." He showed me his Bible with his notes, and he said, "I just am out of it. I don't know." I said, "Harold, if you'll pray for me, I'll pray for you." So there, I got on my knees, and Harold put his hands over my shoulders and prayed for me, and then I did the same for him. And on Sunday afternoon, he called me, and he said, "Lloyd, we got to do this every Sunday morning." And we got together on Tuesday mornings, and soon every pastor in that community was in this fellowship group, and we'd spend a half hour sharing our needs, and then a half hour studying the scriptures, and then praying for each other. And all through the years, in every parish, God has given me a fellowship of trusted brothers and sisters. And I just want to thank Jack Hayford for being my prayer partner all through the years at the Hollywood Church. We'd meet for breakfast and share our needs and pray for each other, always being astounded by the needs that we found both of us had, but also the potential that we could affirm in each other. And if there's anything that challenges me is now, in a busy life of travel and speaking around the world, that sometimes I don't honor what God has taught me over 50 years, and that is that I can't make it alone.
You've been watching a short excerpt from Conversations with Fathers of the Faith. This series will enable you to sit with 6 battle-tested fathers of the faith that include Henry Blackaby and Jack Hayford, openly sharing their hearts in your presence. As you identify with their collective wisdom, you will be drawn to a higher level of desire towards the Lord Jesus and His Church. This leadership collection is available to you now for £47.50 postage paid. To place your order, call now on 01922 492 099.